One of my first jobs as a young adult, just out of high school, was as a peer tutor at a technical college up in North Carolina. And I was also a student there, but they offered me a job from the placement test I took, and I was able to exempt my first course in English and in math, and I ended up getting a job offer from that since I had the openings and I was going to be there anyway during those time slots that I would help. And one of the things I did, and I didn't realize at that time how much difficulty people had with algebra when they've been going through 8-9 years of school, and then all of a sudden letters got thrown in. And I had this sweet lady. She was in her late 70s, and there was no need for her to learn algebra, but she was, able to come to the community college. She was a published poet. I wish I could remember her name. I could see her face sort of. But she wanted to learn algebra, and she came into the tutoring lab asking for help. And this is what I taught her, and what I realized recently, I've been telling my grandsons how to do algebra. They've been doing it. Algebra is not really that different. And here, I'm going to show you what helps, okay? We've all seen this. 2 plus 2 equals blank. And I think everyone should be able to figure that one out. And then we move into 2 plus blank equals 4. Now here's the tricky part. The same thing is 2 plus x equals 4. Any letter, A, B, a symbol, a squiggly, whatever you want to use, a Greek letter can fit in there. Now, as you go into different sciences, different things will have a set value. So in a mathematical equation, it's not always going to be x or y as the variable that you're going to find, and that's all it is. It's a variable. It just takes the place of the blank line that you had to fill in, or the square. That's it. Just don't even think of it as a letter, except to identify what that is. Another thing they do is, in here, 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times x equals 4. Okay, see, that gets confusing. So what happens in algebra? The multiplication symbol that we've done for 8+ years becomes a dot, because now we're using x's, and it gets confusing to have 2 times x equals 4 written in this way. But here we're going to do 2 times x equals 4, or 2x equals 4. These are all the same things. That's it. It's just a little different. This is a different type, just like taking shorthand when you're writing. Instead of having to spell out everything, shorthand is just a symbol that represents things. And we abbreviate. We don't have to, who writes abbreviate? We abbreviate. That word gets abbreviated more than anything else. So here it is. This is algebra, the start of it. This is where most people have the hardest time. All of a sudden, how is letters in with numbers? Because we've kept them separated for 8 years at least. This is ridiculous. Kids are so far behind in our nation. It makes me very angry, because I know, for one, my grandkids are not stupid. They're very bright, and they could have learned this stuff years ago. They're now not in high school yet, and they're getting a little taste of, I think one of them is getting pre-algebra, which is a joke class. There's no point. I have seen more people have harder times with algebra that took a pre-algebra class than just went in and did algebra. I don't know what they're doing. But this is it. This is algebra. This is it's just a different way of writing the same thing we've been doing all our lives. And yeah, we do algebra all the time. You know we have X amount of money we can spend for the month. And we have a whole list of things we want to buy or have to pay for that month out of that sum. It's simple. And then you got certain things that are variable. Our air conditioning bill, our energy bill, our power bill, not the same every month, so that's a flexible variable. We have certain payments that are the set amount every month. And then there's my shopping, groceries, going out to eat, taking care of family members. My gas bill for the car is not the same every month or every week. They're variables. And they vary on how many times I have to travel clear across town, an hour away to do stuff for my mom or some other things. How many times, this, is what messes up people. This is the same thing. We've been doing 2 times 2 since 2nd grade at least. And this is it. Simple way of just getting the brain around adding letters to our math problems and what that letter means. It's just another square or blank line that we've been doing since we've been doing math. I hope this helps, and if it doesn't help you, maybe it'll help you teach this to your kids or grandkids or whoever else might be having difficulties learning algebra. And thanks for watching.